Ladies and gentle pawns, welcome back to another video. I have an announcement. I played in my last FIDE tournament. It's been what, 3 weeks? I haven't gotten the full tournament results back, but they will be coming soon. But this isn't an ordinary announcement. I did say that I had guaranteed 2 tournaments. So the Lethbridge one and the Medicine Hat tournament that I'm doing next month in June. Or almost June. But guys, I have one more tournament that I'm going to squeeze in. I'm going to be a part of the Edmonton Sectional, which is a 5-round round-robin tournament. And I will be paired against players that are from 1500 to 1700, most likely. But it's going to be a sectional of players that are around or even strength. And this is the tournament where I'm going to start to prove myself as being the best. And I'm going to see if I can try and win the section. So most likely there are 3 sections. I think there's A, B, and C. I'll most likely be in the lowest category and possibly playing for, the win. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. But I just want to show you just some of the games I've been playing. And this game was... should we do this game? Yeah, let's do an appetizer. This game I played yesterday. And I was just playing, Blitz and playing Rapid and, trying to get better. And so I was playing a 5 plus 0 Rapid game. I play E4, which is my usual. And in these types of games, I've been learning different openings. So we get the French. And you know that I play the Tirage against the French, which is Knight to D2. And so, yeah, there's a lot of different ideas. But I wanted to switch things up, and I played the normal Knight C3. And the reason why is because I want my opponent to play Bishop to B4. And I have this certain line in the French, in the normal variation, because, if he plays like Knight here, I'll usually just play Bishop G5 and go for an attack, and then just play all simple. But Bishop B4, I'm playing Knight G to D2. And this is the Aliokin's Gambit. And basically, pawn takes, ace 3, takes and takes. And basically you're saying, okay, I'm going to try and regain the pawn because if you try to defend it, your position gets weakened. And so after all of this, my opponent decides to hang on to the pawn. And this is considered worse for black because there's actually an interesting computer line that says that black is kind of worse because the position is weakened. And you can't really hold on to all your pawns like this. And you also expose the queen, or the king, sorry. So queen to h5 and queen to h3. And this is considered the best line. And the dark squared weaknesses that black has are evident. Like, it's not even close. And basically, white can just develop long castle and then push for d5 at some point. So here, I play bishop here. Castles, you cannot take. Look at this brilliant move. Castle brilliant, I say. He goes here, and then I play bishop to c4. Position's very nice. I just drop my bishop back to a2. And then he plays this absolutely horrendous move. What is the bishop doing behind this stack of pawns? And this is what I mean. Like, the light square weaknesses are so evident, and you cannot castle because, I will just take, and then take your pawn, and my queen gets in, and you're just down a pawn, and it's going to be, well, I'm back in the material. It's even, but I have a positional advantage. And so I take the pawn here. What I think he should have done is he should have gone here, and then maybe out here, and then like maybe queen here, and then castles. But it's very bad for black. I mean, what is this whole pawn mess? Like, all the pawns were going forward. Bishop to b7. And this is against a 1900 Blitz player. So pawn takes, queen here, and then d5, just solidifying that bishop. He goes here, the position is just completely lost. There's some things I could do, and I could just bring this bishop back and, own more squares, but I feel like it will just get kicked out. I mean, maybe going back and looking at this, the ideas are evident, but I just went bishop takes, queen takes, and then queen to g3. And it wants me to play this immediately, but I don't see a reason why that's even a good move. So, yeah, I mean, okay, maybe you're trying to win a pawn, but yeah, dislike it. Knight to a6, queen to d6, and this is amazing for white. And after here, takes, and now the move here is pawn takes here. But I made a little bit of a rushed move. I don't know how much time I spent. Actually, I spent 8 seconds, but I played this check. And now black can just run away, and it's drawish, which is crazy. Because now black's king is protected. But he goes here. Like, what? And so I was like, okay, well, give another check and not make the same mistake and just trade the queens off and then take the pawn and just be up a full pawn. Rook check, take. And yeah, notice how I don't take the knight and I take the bishop because this pawn is basically a pass pawn. Okay, you can go here, but I have checks and it's just going to be crazy fun. He goes here. I bring the rook to the other side, just take the free pawn. And yeah, this pawn is most likely going to be promoted. Take his free pawn. I'm up 4 pawns, dude. Give him a check. Go here. I mean, this is kind of a bad move because you could just take my pawn. But still, position is winning for white. I kick out his knight. He moves his king again. I kick out his knight again. Take. Pawn to c3. And this is just winning. Like, look at, I can go a4, a5, a6, like all consecutively. He goes here, there's rook, and what's crazy is that I can promote to a queen, and he resigned. Because, yeah, after takes, it's 2 rooks for a rook, and that's just completely winning. So, yeah, this is what happens when you try to defend a pawn, and usually in these positions after, the mainline stuff, like knight here, you kind of have to just drop this pawn. And it becomes really even if the black decides to not hold on. And yeah, white's in a very comfortable position. But yeah, it's unbelievable. And I had to quit the game here. And so yeah, that was game 1. But let's look at game 2. And game 2 was actually a lot of fun too. So e4, e6, another French. Look at this. Another French, but then he plays something different. He plays a6, and what's kind of funny is that playing the French, it's just like you don't know what to expect after knight c3. Like there are so many different variables. Like he could just play like a Rubinstein, or he can play a winnower, or he can, he could play like a crazy advanced right off the bat. He could play c5. All these different ideas, but he goes here. Takes. I just bring my knight out. I develop my bishop. I bring my bishop out here. It's +1. Castles. Pawn take. And what's crazy is he cannot take because I think I just have knight here. And yeah, it's very nice for the position. Oh, no, sorry, not knight there. What is the move here? Oh yeah, sorry. Takes, yeah, and then pawn takes. That remove the defender. Sorry, I was forgetting what my notes were saying. Anyways, yeah, so that was the idea. So you can't take. He goes knight here, take, and pawn takes. So I was up the pawn. I'm like, okay, this is better. But black kind of gets some counterplay, and then he goes back, and then I'm like, what? Like, bring my bishop to an active square, defend the knights. He goes here, I kick out, and then yeah, I should have just played this because this is just very nice, and the position is going to be bad. I can just play my knight here, and yeah, white has some attacking opportunities, so I'm winning right off the bat. But I played this move a little bit more, structural, I guess you'd say. Like white's better, but he goes back, targets, I take, and then I play queen to d5, and so okay, I lost my advantage, but white's still fine. Queen here, trade off the queens, and then he takes the pawn. But this is bad after rook takes, because now look at this. 1, 2, 3. This is a 2100 rapid, by the way. Unbelievable. Knight here. I'm like, what? Okay, takes, like, pawn here. I'm just gonna, defend my pawn, and if you try to attack, it's not as simple. Like, okay, try to kick out my knight, but I just have a fork. Like, crazy. Takes. Okay, so the better move was here, but I mean, okay, I just simplify, right? And then rook here, right? I'm just up 2 pawns once again. And so the position does get pretty vicious, but I find this very nice move. Knight to e7, attacking the rook, attacking here. If he takes here, I just take the knight. Or actually, no, I take the bishop, sorry. And then I also threaten fork. So here, knight takes. King takes. Check. So I'm up 3 pawns. And black's got nothing. And I go here, I give him a check. I attack the knight once again. He takes my pawn, I take his pawn. And, I simplify the position. And, yeah, okay. Nice, I drop a pawn. I don't think I could do this. Because, yeah, it's the same idea. So I was like, okay, so I can't attack his knight. So I went here to pin the knight permanently. And then he goes rook check. I go here. He goes knight here. But I'm like, wait, isn't this just bad? Like, right? Take the free pawn and then win his knight. And 5 minutes on the clock. He had 6 minutes. He resigned his position. Like, just the simple things. Like, okay, I had somewhat of an advantage here, but, lost it. Didn't lose the advantage the entire game. It was draw here. But just taking the pawn, missing simple things like, I would have maybe suggested even going here. Like here, what do we got? I probably would have gone here. Black would have been slightly better. Yeah. Just simple things like that. I mean, was this a bad move? Oh, wow. Wait a minute. This is a bad move. Why is this a bad move? En passant. Okay, that's crazy. Anyways, that was the first instinct move that I saw, and I thought it was fine. But, yeah, position was drawish, but took advantage of this nice attack, and kind of shocked my opponent. Didn't really take too much of it. Like, yeah, this is a better move because it defends the pawn, attacks the bishop. Just a lot of missed things from my opponent, but I somehow, even though I was in somewhat of a drawish position, I still come up on top. And so, yeah, now we go to the last game. And this one was against a near 2200. I think he's 2171. And we get a Carl. So things have been preparing. Caracan, French, Sicilian. Most played in tournaments like that. But I'm also getting a lot of d4. So I may have to figure out something with d4, knight f6. Maybe I'll start to learn a little bit more Grunfeld. We'll see. I don't know. The Budapest in the last tournament kind of was a little sketchy. I was basically holding on to my marbles at that point. But we'll figure something out before the tournament. Yeah, Caracan exchanged. And this exchange was a little interesting. I played for this type of setup, so the Carlsbad setup, but also with this these two separated pawns. And basically the idea is you want to trade this off sooner than later. He goes queen here, and I go queen to c7. Maybe queen to b6 would have been more accurate, but I just... Okay, maybe it's not. What does it want? It wants f6. What? What is the point of f6? Okay, this just looks... No, this... Computers are just weird. It wants me to go f6 for me to escape my king. That just looks ridiculous. So, he goes here. I bring the bishop back. I'm down a pawn. And I realize this, and I'm like, I don't know. But we get into a position where white needs to find all the best moves. I play rook here. I stop, any attacks with this. He goes rook here. I go a5, a4, and then try and, play in a way that I can just reroute my pieces around. And so, yeah, I bring my kings in, bring in my bishops, try to reroute, try to find a way. Oh yeah, this is this apparently is the best move, but this was a mouse slip. I meant to go here, and so that's why you can see me going here. And then yeah, this is takes, so white has somewhat of a slight advantage, but it's hard to even figure that out. And I just played really solidly. I brought my bishop here, and what's crazy is that black is actually winning. And the only reason why they're winning is because after knight here, now you have to reroute your rooks to the other side. And because I think I can do it faster than the white pieces, possibly, yeah, it's going to be fun. But I didn't do that, and I kind of went for a more passive approach, took his knight, and then brought my rook around. But yeah, I just ended up bringing all my pieces around and then trading, and yeah, this is a draw. So yeah, I'm okay. I'm down a pawn, but he really can't do anything. These pawns basically lock in the backwardsness of these dark square pawns. Like you can't just casually play something like this, because there's en passant and you're not able to get to the light square fast enough, or the dark square here. So like it was just a bunch of shuffling. And yeah, we repeated moves after 3 moves. And yeah, it was a very nice game, but kind of funny because I wish, you know, people that play exchange, it's just like, okay, we're going for a boring approach, but, you know, he brings out his queen. In usual exchange positions, I like to like do this queen setup with the bishop, bring the knight to the low like not out to the F square, but to the E square, and then castle. Because to the this is like in certain caros, I think, like, and especially the ones where like the pawns are advanced, you kind of want to bring this knight to the F5 square. And so yeah, that's kind of the idea in certain exchange caros and in other caros. But yeah, this is kind of an aggressive approach. Maybe I should have just done bishop d6 right away and just allowed him to take instead of playing a6 right away. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was thinking for something different. Maybe I was thinking, yeah, that this was fine. But anything in this position is fine. And like the most common moves are bishop d6, knight f6, a6. Those are like the top 3 lines. And then, yeah. But the card turned out to be pretty nice. And yeah, still got lots to learn. Still got to keep working on my variations, my puzzles, my stuff like that. But I've been feeling confident playing against 2100s, playing against 2000s, trying to grind up the blitz and bullet. I've been really close to 2000 in both blitz and bullet on Lee chess, but gonna be hard. But those aren't even like those are small goals. Like it's more the rapid that I'm really trying to get to. I'm closing in on 2100 for like rapid only chess, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm getting pretty good games. And I'm keeping advantages, and you know, having good, solid games, and feeling confident in my games. So, yeah, that's kind of how it is. And hope it just gets better from now on. And yeah, I'll continually be learning my openings, my repertoire, and yeah, then I'll have to try and prepare for my tournaments. But I can't prepare against any of my opponents when, you know, the pre-registered lists haven't come out. So I'll let y'all in on all that information during my live streams and stuff. Go check those out. And yeah, we'll see you in another video.